been a band for 22 years now. And I think when we start out, we were all single, you know, guys in college just ready to go on the road and share our faith and share our hope and love with people through music. And so you write from a perspective of what God has done in your life. And then as you grow older and you become a father, or first a husband and then a father, you start to learn a little bit more about unconditional love, that thing that we've been talking about for years before that, because we read about it in the scriptures and hear about it in sermons. You're starting to actually kind of see in real life with your marriage, with your wife, and with your kids. And so I think we've grown in that knowledge of and that wisdom of unconditional love, of being able to have these little children in our hands and to just hold them and know that they've done nothing to deserve to be in our family other than they are our children. And I think we think that same way with the love of the Father. One of our favorite scriptures is from 1 John chapter 3. It says, "How great is the love of the Father that He's lavished, or that He's poured out on us, that we can be called the children of God." We know that we've done nothing to earn that, but we're just His children, and so therefore He loves us. And so that comes through in our music.
I think when it comes to our kids, that is such a great picture of unconditional love, because with your kids, they disappoint you all the time. I mean, I have 6 kids, and they're great kids, but every day, I mean, part of parenting is, you know, they're making mistakes and we're correcting them, and there's times where they don't meet your expectations and they willfully sin. They make poor choices, and you're disappointed, and there's times where you're angry and you're sad and all these things, but it never touches your love for your child. Your love for your child just is untouchable. And I think that's that picture that we get of God's love for us, because as His children, let's be honest, we disappoint our Father sometimes. You know, we fall short of His best plan for us, and that's why we have plans for our kids while we're disappointed, because we want the best for them. And so when you believe that God has plans to prosper us, and you see that, yeah, you know what, I think you start looking at sin as kind of disappointing God, but then realizing that, you know what, He still loves me. And He's still just that one step away, or even that one turn away, just kind of turning back to Him, and He's ready to receive us again. So, you know, the prodigal son is such that story of the father and the prodigal son is such a great picture of unconditional love. Even after the rejection and the betrayal that the son did, he was just so ready to receive his son back, and so that's what I think I've learned from parenting, for sure.
Yeah.
I think obviously Jesus has given us the example of unconditional love, just the sacrifice, the ultimate sacrifice He paid for us, and so He's given us something to strive towards, and something He obviously wants us to try to love other people unconditionally. But unfortunately, our starting point is we're all human, and so in being in a band, sometimes conditional love comes out a little bit more than unconditional. I know that if I have like 3 or 4 nights in a row and my guitar's out of tune on a certain song, that, you know, there's going to be some conversations that are going to be, and they need to happen.
In love.
And yeah, and hopefully they're going to be loving conversations. But I genuinely feel that as long as all of us, as the starting point is that we're brothers, we love each other, and we kind of major on that and don't let the minor things get in the way, that, you know, we're going to all be better people. We're all going to be better band members. We're going to be better fathers and husbands. And hopefully we're going to be better Christians, and we can live lives that reflect that.
Well, I think it's hard for me to, honestly, to recall an instance, you know, within the band where, you know, where something like that might have happened. I feel like all of us give each other a lot of grace and a lot of patience, because I think we all kind of know. We've known each other for so long. We know how one another ticks, and we know what each other's idiosyncrasies are. And it doesn't mean it's always easy to deal with it, but I think we just sort of give each other like that, almost like a pass. And but I know for me in my own marriage, there have been many times where it's like pressing through to say no. Just because I feel this way, just because my wife might have made me feel this way, does not give me the right or the reason to respond, by holding back love. And I can't think of a specific example. I don't even know that I would want to try to share something like that. But I feel like anyone who's married, that's probably the hardest relationship to sort of bite your tongue and swallow your pride and say no, because we have a bond of love that's rooted in our vows to one another and our vows to God that we made on the altar. Because of that, we are. It's my responsibility, and it's who God has made me to be as a leader in my family, to lead by the example of love, and to say I'm going to try to lead and set an example to my kids, and even just for the whole household, to say this is how we deal with that feeling of maybe it not being reciprocated, or and I think vice versa. I think my wife has many times, I know probably way more times than I've given her, she's had to give me that grace and that unconditional love to say, no, I'm going to see past what you did or what you said, and just recognize that we are one, and there's a unity thing within the band too, that we're one. There's kind of like a collective voice, and we have to keep that as the focus to do that.